Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 246 of Bill Man the Sport Guys podcast. I'm your host, Bill Man the Sports Guy. For the latest news of the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, WNBA, college sports, this is the podcast to be. First big topic we're going to talk about before we get to the NHL trade that happened this past week, along with an MLB trade and a signing. We have the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 60 against the Seattle Seahawks, against the New England Patriots. And the Seattle Seahawks are your 2025 Super Bowl champions. And they have beat the New England Patriots from their revenge from 2014. And honestly, I was very entertained with the game. I thought the Seahawks basically had the game throughout the entire game. Sam Darnold, I thought Sam Darnold did fine, completed 19 out of his 38 pass attempts, did throw for over 202 yards, only had one punt touchdown, but he did get sacked once and had a couple rushes for 5 yards. Kenneth Walker III, who ended up being the MVP, had a phenomenal game, he had five averages along with he had 27 rush yards, had like five average carries, and also ran for 135 yards receiving wise. And he did he get a touchdown? No, he did not score a touchdown, but there was one touchdown from Rashid Shaheed. I hope I said it right. I apologize if I said it wrong, but that was the only touchdown of the game for Seattle. Now, as for New England, Drake May was fine. He completed 27 out of his 43 pass attempts, did throw for two interceptions. Yikes. Also got sacked six times. Yikes. But also, Drake May did ran for 37 yards, but he did not have a receiving yard. And honestly, the Seahawks, I thought they were the better team at the end of the day. Congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks on winning the 2025 Super Bowl. Now, only the offseason, and then we'll determine who's going to win the 2026 Super Bowl. Um, the Patriots, honestly, keep your head up. The Patriots will win a Super Bowl in the Drake May era. Obviously, this was their first Super Bowl without Tom Brady and for a pretty long time, too. So, honestly, I was very entertained. The Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots have surprised everybody this year. But at the end of the day, I thought Seattle was the much better team, especially defensively. They were all over the New England Patriots. So, with the final score being 29-13, Seattle Seahawks, congratulations to the Seahawks again. And let me know your thoughts on Twitter at Billman Sports, Instagram at Billman Sports Guy, and here on YouTube at Billman Sports Guy. Alrighty, now on to the trades. All right, we're going to start off with the biggest trade rumors that has happened. Artemi Panarin has officially been traded from the New York Rangers. He's going to the Los Angeles Kings along with 50% retained. The Rangers are going to retain 50% of his salary, same with the Los Angeles Kings, of his $11.64 million, which is 81.5 million overall. In exchange, the Rangers are going to get Liam Guntree, two conditional picks, a 2026 third round pick, and a 2028 fourth round pick. So, let's break this down from both teams' point of view. Now, along with Panarin, he did sign a 2-year, $11 million extension, which is basically 0.64 less than his current contract, which is actually set to expire by the end of this season. So let's go from the Rangers' point of view really quick. Now, Liam Gundaree is a prospect. I believe he was drafted in like 2024, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, he has performed solid numbers in the OHL. So it's really a matter of time before we actually see him make an NHL impact, hopefully with the New York Rangers. So I can't say too much about him other than he's just performed solid numbers in the OHL. And the draft picks, they're just draft picks, and the Rangers could potentially move them if they want to do. Now, honestly, it's also no surprise that Chris Jury, the general manager, has decided to basically announce the rebuild and now start trading the team, which is now a matter of time before Vincent Trocheck gets traded, Mika Zibanejad, Maybe Adam Fox, maybe Igor Shesterkin, even though both of them seem a very low chance to have that happen. But right now, the Rangers are basically back to retool. And it's honestly a shame since they just made the conference finals back around like 2024 or 2023. And Artemi Panarin is they're losing like one of their top like best scorers ever in Ranger history. And it's also not long ago that Panarin put up like a 120 point season with the New York Rangers, which is even more insane, which is came back in the 23-24 season. Yeah, so that's my thought from the Rangers point of view. Now for the Los Angeles Kings, you know, the Los Angeles Kings, they have been struggling, not just this season, but I think they're going to make the playoffs again. They've been on a better run lately. And also the Kings are, they've lost to the Edmonton Oilers. Not once, not twice, but actually four times in a row. And they need to shake things up. And I think you add a guy like Panarin in your top six who could easily provide you with offense. And I think this is going to help the Kings a lot. And also, this is Los Angeles's word to Anze Kopitar that they are going to give him one. They want to give one deep playoff run, hopefully a Stanley Cup run with Anze Kopitar. So I like this. I really like this move from the Los Angeles Kings point of view. And say what you want about the return for the Rangers, it feels a little underwhelming. Might be a little overwhelming. Let me know. And the Kings are one of the teams that Panarin wanted to go to. So from the Los Angeles Kings point of view, I like this a lot from the Rangers. We'll see about the return. It does feel a little underwhelming, not going to lie. All right. Now we have a couple baseball moves to talk about. First of all, let's talk about the trade really quick involving the Seattle Mariners and the St. Louis Cardinals. So the Seattle Mariners have acquired utility player Brendan Donovan from the St. Louis Cardinals for pitcher Harangelo Kunji. I apologize if I said it wrong. Outfielder Ty Petey, combined B draft pick, outfielder Colton Ledbetter, and the Tampa Bay Rays are going to acquire infielder, outfielder Ben Williamson from the Seattle Mariners. So Williamson, the Rays have done very well with developing players, so we'll see how he pans out. But mainly from the Cardinals' point of view, it's really no surprise that Chaim Bloom wants to blow up the team, and this is still going to continue. Wilson Contreras is gone. Brendan Donovan's gone now, so it doesn't shock me at the end of the day. Now, the return I think can pan out just fine with the St. Louis Cardinals. It's going to be very interesting to watch Cardinal baseball in 2026. Now, as for the Mariners' point of view, they did lose Jorge Polanco, who actually had a really good year with the Seattle Mariners, but they get a left-handed bat in Brendan Donovan, who can play very good defense, can square up a baseball, and is actually a very solid player overall. So I really like this from Seattle's point of view. All right, we're going to go over the latest baseball signing that has happened. Framber Valdez signed a 3-year, $115 million contract with the Detroit Tigers. Framber Valdez, which is also $38 million a year, by the way. Framber Valdez, in less than 200 innings pitched, through 192 exactly, won 13-11 with a 3.66 ERA, struck out 187 batters. The home run percentage, 0.19, K percentage, 0.85. The K percentage was 2.33, so pretty solid. And I really like this a lot from the Detroit Tigers. Now, I'm still concerned from the Tigers in terms of hitting, but pitching, Tigers got a whole lot better. That pitching the rotation really quick. Turi Skubal, Framber Valdez is a 1-2 punch. That is dirty. That is lethal. Oh, watch out. And as a White Sox fan, I'm not happy at all that I have to face that. Yeah, Same with you, Cub fans. You shouldn't be thrilled if you got to versus the Tigers too. So, this is a very good sign. The Tigers get a very good pitcher. Well, can they compete for the division? It's obvious. I think they can, but for the World Series, though, it depends on Detroit's hitting. I think Detroit looks very good in the pitching department. Hitting wise is a bit of a question mark. So, but overall, I like this move a lot from the Detroit Tigers. Very nice job from AJ Hinch, the coach, and also the entire Detroit Tigers front office. Very nice job. And this concludes episode number 246 of Bill Man the Sport Guys podcast. I'm your host, Bill Man the Sports Guy. Always remember for the latest weekly news of the NBA, MLB, NHL, college sports, WNBA, and this is the podcast to be, along with the NFL. Have a good evening, everybody. Stay tuned for episode number 247. Peace.